Hey, this is Anney.
And Samantha.
And welcome to Stuff Mom Never Told You, a production of iHeartRadio.
And welcome to another Feminist Around the World. And yeah, we're starting our Feminist Around the World celebrating the queer community and the amazing work they have done and continue to do, because it is Pride Month. And we are going to celebrate the hell out of it, even though we try to celebrate all the time.
Yes.
But for this month specifically, we're going to celebrate the hell out of it. And for today's episode, we are talking about a nonprofit organization from Tunisia who, quote, fight for justice, equity, and respect for bodily and sexual rights. And this is according to their site. The initiative is called Mawjoudin, which means we exist. So they call themselves a team, and this was created in 2014 in Tunisia. It was founded by local feminists and queer activists fighting against discrimination and persecution towards the queer and feminist communities in their area.
According to their site, they are, quote, committed to defending and promoting human rights in general, sexual and bodily rights, and gender equality in particular, through an intersectional and diverse work focused on advocacy, documentation, community capacity building, as well as awareness raising, the creation of safe spaces, and finally, the encouragement of queer artistic production. And their goals, quote, aim to improve the well-being of everyone with non-normative SOGIESC, which is an acronym for sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, and sex characteristics in Tunisia. We hope to create a stronger community aware of its rights and having the tools to advocate for itself, increase public awareness, and challenge misconceptions about genders and sexualities.
Right. And the team offers different types of services, including mental health services, legal services, and even workshops to help expand the network and their services and teach others awareness on how to advocate for themselves as well and their community. And they work with different organizations internationally to keep working and fighting for the rights of the queer and feminist community. One of the organizations they collaborate with is the Chouf minorities or COF minorities. Sorry, y'all. CHOUF. Trying to figure this one out, which is a Tunisian NGO that advocates for the personal rights of the people who identify as women and for the LGBT community in Tunisia. They define themselves as a collective of activists who use audiovisual tools to give Tunisian female identifying people, and most specifically WSW women or women who have sex with women, to have a space for speaking and contributing. It has a non-hierarchical and feminist structure.
And in partnership with the Mawjoudin, they are conducting in-depth studies on the systematic violations of the rights of queer people in Tunisia. Also, this organization works to advocate for the rights and protection of feminists in the community by creating campaigns that bring awareness to street harassment and awareness around the negative stereotypes of queer people, specifically to the bisexual community. They also offer self-defense courses and martial arts workshops to help women not be powerless in case of assaults and violence.
Right. But back to the Mawjoudin team, who are advocating and collaborating and providing services for the queer community in Tunisia isn't the only things that they do, though. In 2018, they started a queer film festival called the Mawjoudin Queer Film Festival, very on the nose, which made it the first of its kind in the country. And the festival is an annual film festival celebrating the LGBTQ plus community in Tunisia, and it focuses on queer identities with the people from the global south. The festival provides a safe space for queer people to fight through art and film. They've had 2 events, with the third being postponed due to COVID, but have already created a poster for the third annual event, and you can actually go look it up on their site. They have a whole site for it.
And in the 2019 event, Mawjoudin released a 3-minute film titled Until When. Here's what the Human Rights Watch organization wrote about it. A Tunisian woman is waxed and groomed ahead of her presumably arranged marriage to a man. She storms out of the house mid-video and announces to the camera, "I love someone, and she is not a man." The film is a rarity. In Tunisia and elsewhere, forced marriage research and policy is largely situated within women's rights and children's rights discourses and rarely, if ever, explicitly acknowledges the existence of queer people.
The article that the Human Rights Watch talked about is the whole idea of arranged marriage and the fact that there's not many people reporting on it. So it seems like it's not happening, but we know very well that in some of these countries that it is still happening, and it is against the rights and it is a violation against the women who do not want to partake in this, and especially for the queer community and not being acknowledged to have their rights to love who they love. So the team has expanded their services throughout the years, including advocating and helping queer asylum seekers. According to their site, Mawjoudin.org, their asylum project, quote, aims to help queer asylum seekers and migrants in the process of asylum application and integration in the Tunisian territory, as well as specific services, psychological, medical, social, and community that fits their needs. Within the framework of this project, we have produced a nationwide guide for refugees, asylum seekers, and migrants who are part of the LGBTIQ plus community. This guide provides the necessary information on the asylum application process, the legal situation of LGBTIQ plus people, as well as useful addresses and contacts. This guide is available in Arabic, English, and French, just in case you were wondering. And yeah, if you go onto their site that we just mentioned, they have so many services, so many things that they are doing, working for the people. They're doing investigations, they're doing research, and they are doing things like the asylum seeking, as well as helping with mental health services. So it's an amazing thing that they're doing. And by the way, their site shows them assisting at least 91 asylum cases. So I don't know how often this is updated. But that's what it said at that point. And yeah, we just wanted to take some time to recognize this organization, which we don't have much information about. Obviously, we're very limited, but we still want to talk about it and make sure that people know about them. Like I said, though we have limited information on what they're doing now, we want to acknowledge those who are trying to spread the works of teams like these. So if you know of some groups that we should be talking about, organizations or teams that we should highlight, please let us know, because oftentimes they are overlooked because there's so many organizations out there that it's hard to find them.
Yes, always, always, always. We're looking for any resources you can provide, any information you can provide, personal experience, if you're in the area or something like that. So yes, you can contact us with all of that. Our email is stuffmediamomstuff@iheartmedia.com. You can find us on Twitter @momstuffpodcast or on Instagram and TikTok @stuffI'mnevertoldYou. You can also find us on YouTube and TeePublic. We have a TeePublic store. It's got some of the older stuff on there, but we're starting to add newer stuff, including a Disco Anney shirt.
Oh, yes. It's a delight.
It's pretty good. It is pretty good. We also have a book coming out. You can pre-order it at stuffyoushouldreadbooks.com. Thanks, as always, to our super producer, Christina, our executive producer, Maya, and our contributor, Joey.
Thank you.
And thanks to you for listening. Stuff I Never Told You is a production by iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, you can check out the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.